James Eugene Carrey, born January 17, 1962, is a Canadian-American actor and comedian known for his energetic slapstick performances. After spending the 1980s honing his stand-up comedy act and portraying mostly supporting roles in films, Carrey gained wide recognition in 1990 when he was cast in the American sketch comedy television series In Living Color, 1990 to 1994. He broke out as a film star after starring in a string of box office hits with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, all 1994, which he followed up with Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls and Batman Forever, both 1995. The success of these 5 films led to Carrey being the first actor to receive a $20 million salary for performing in films, beginning with The Cable Guy, 1996. He continued to have success as a leading actor in comedies such as Liar Liar, 1997, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000, Bruce Almighty, 2003, Unfortunate Events, 2004, and Yes Man, 2008. Starting in the 2010s, Carrey began to appear in fewer films, with his notable roles since then including reprising the part of Lloyd Christmas in Dumb and Dumber 2 2014. Although largely typecast as a comedic actor, Carrey has had success in dramatic roles. His critically acclaimed performances include Truman Burbank in The Truman Show, 1998, and Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon, 1999, winning Golden Globe Awards for each film. He later starred in the psychological science fiction romantic drama film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, 2004, for which he was nominated for both the BAFTA Award and another Golden Globe Award. Early life. Carrey was born in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, to Kathleen née Oram, a homemaker, and Percy Carey, a musician and accountant. He was raised Catholic and has 3 older siblings, John, Patricia, and Rita. His mother was of French, Irish, and Scottish descent, and his father was of French-Canadian ancestry. The family's original surname was Cara. At age 8, he began making faces before a mirror and discovered a talent for doing impressions. At age 10, Carrey wrote a letter to Carol Burnett of The Carol Burnett Show, pointing out that he was already a master of impressions and should be considered for a role on the show. He was overjoyed when he received a form letter reply. A fan of Monty Python, whose TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus aired in the 1970s. In 2014, Carrey appeared on Monty Python's Best Bits, mostly and recalled the effect on him of Ernest Scribbler, played by Michael Palin, laughing himself to death in the funniest joke in the world sketch. Radio Times states, "You'll see why immediately. Palin's performance is uncannily Carrey-esque." Carrey spent his early years in the borough of Scarborough, Ontario, part of metropolitan Toronto, where he attended Blessed Trinity Catholic Elementary School in North York. His family later moved to Burlington, Ontario, where they would spend 8 years. Jim attended Aldershot High School while there. Sometime later, his family became homeless and lived together in a Volkswagen van, while teenage Jim and his brother spent months living in a tent in Charles Daly Park on the Lake Ontario shore in Lincoln, Ontario. The family struggled financially, however. Their situation started improving once his father found employment in the accounting department at the Titan Wheels Tire Factory in Scarborough. Furthermore, in return for living in the house across the street from the factory, the family, primarily teenage sons, Jim and John, would work as janitors and security guards at the tire factory, doing 8-hour shifts from 6 p.m. into the next morning. Moving back to Scarborough, teenage Jim started attending Agincourt Collegiate Institute before dropping out of school on his 16th birthday. He began to perform comedy in downtown Toronto while continuing to work at the factory. In a 2007 Hamilton Spectator interview, Carrey said, "If my career in show business hadn't panned out, I would probably be working today in Hamilton, Ontario, the Dofasco Steel Mill. As a young man, he could see the steel mills across the Burlington Bay, and often thought that was where the great jobs were." Career. Carrey's first stand-up comedy experience took place in 1977 at the age of 15, with his father trying to help him put together a stage act, driving him to downtown Toronto to debut at the recently opened Yuck Yucks Comedy Club, operating one night a week out of Community Center, the 519's basement on Church Street. For the performance, Carrey had his attire, a polyester leisure suit, chosen by his mother, who reasoned that's how they dress on the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. Pubescent Carrey's conventional impersonations bombed, proving ill-suited for a club with a raunchy comedic sensibility and giving him doubts about his potential as a professional entertainer. Decades later, recalling Carrey's stand-up debut, Yuck Yucks owner Mark Breslin described it as bad rich little. Personal. Carrey suffers from depression and had taken Prozac to combat the symptoms for years. He later stated that he no longer takes medications of any kind and abstains from coffee, alcohol, and drugs. He received U.S. citizenship in October 2004 and remains a dual citizen of the United States and his native Canada. Carrey owns various property in Los Angeles and has lived in Brentwood since 1994. In November 2022, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs banned 100 Canadians, including Jim Carrey, from entering Russia as a reciprocity for the international sanctions that have been introduced due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Relationships. Carrey with his family at the Horton Hears a Who premiere in 2008. Carrey dated singer Linda Ronstadt for 8 months in 1983. In 1987, on March 28, Carrey married former actress and Comedy Store waitress Melissa Womer. Their daughter, Jane Erin Carrey, was born later that year on 6 September. Carrey and Womer divorced in 1995. On 23 September 1996, Carrey married his Dumb and Dumber co-star Lauren Holly. This second marriage lasted less than a year. From 1999 to 2000, Carrey was engaged to his Me, Myself, and Irene co-star Renee Zellweger. In 2002, he was in a relationship with January Jones. In 2005, he made public in June 2006 that they were in a romantic relationship. They ended it in April 2010, with McCarthy noting in October 2010 that they had remained good friends. In 2012, Carrey met Catriona White, a makeup artist from County Tipperary, Ireland. They dated between 2012 and 2015. On 28 September 2015, White was found dead from a prescription drug overdose. The death was ruled a suicide by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. Carrey was a pallbearer in her funeral in Capelwhite, County Tipperary, Ireland. In January 2019, when Carrey attended the Golden Globes 2019 party, he was accompanied by his then-girlfriend Ginger Gonzaga. The couple split after less than a year of dating. Thank you so much for sticking with me until this moment. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell for subsequent updates.